It's weird having a brand. I don't think any clip inundated my Twitter mentions more than this one, because everyone just knows. Stevie did the thing! Hello friends, Steve Dangle here, and welcome to the best day of the week. It's Thursday, which means it's time for another edition of Steve's Dang It, presented by Advil. Does your goaltender never tend the goal? We'll fix your headache with Advil. Producer Nick just sent me a text that said, I love you 5 ever. That wasn't related to the intro. I just thought you should know. Love you 5 ever too, buddy. Now that we've gotten that soft, beautiful moment out of the way, if you're a goaltender, tend the goal!
Almost 12 minutes gone here in period number 2. Brendan Burke, Keith Jones, and Jackie Redmond with you from PNC Arena in Raleigh. A giveaway, an open net, they tap it home! Teravainen finishes it off.
To keep on the giveaway by the Tampa Bay Lightning. Tampa's going to cough that puck up and watch these 3 guys go to work. Beautiful pass across from Natchez. And it's right on the tape for a tap-in for Teravainen, who's got his 2nd goal of the game. Let's take a look at the AT&T 5G net cam.
It's funny, I got some tweets after this clip was posted, like, can you believe that Andrei Vasilevsky would do this? Yeah, I can. For a guy who is at worst the 2nd best goalie in the world, he's probably the 1st, he actually does this kind of a lot. I don't have a running count, but like up here in the cranium, I'm pretty sure this is at least the 3rd time this season he's done that. And because he's Andrei Vasilevsky, he almost made the save, but he didn't. That's a dang it. But the Tampa Bay Lightning were also beneficiaries of this, because here's Carter Hart failing to stand.
Saying, hey, we're not quite there yet. Hang in there with us, but we're not there yet. It's going to take a little longer. Oh, Hart falls in behind his own net. Awkwardly, Hagel goes in there, so does Cirelli. Hart can't get back in time, and it's Alex Killorn who buries another one.
But Hart doesn't get it right. He doesn't get his footing right. And he gets back to stop the puck along the wall, but oops, that's a big oops. And because of that, he's a little rattled, and he tries to get some help from Ristolainen, and Ristolainen tries to help him, but I think it goes in off of Ristolainen. Hart might have had an arm on it. He's trying to get back in control, gets turned around. The puck is coming so quickly.
Drop down to the butterfly just a little too early there, Carter. It's weird having a brand. I don't think any clip inundated my Twitter mentions more than this one, because everyone just knows. Stevie did the thing! He certainly did, and that is a dang it. Our next dang it requires a short story, because in the email, producer Nick said, speaking of Lightning again, bad week for them. Sick assist by Steven Stamkos to Tyson Jost. To which I said, Tyson Jost is on the Lightning? Huh? That message doesn't make any sense. And then I watched this.
Kyle Pozo with 4 shots so far in this game. Jost will carry it across the line, drop it. Cousins in front, Jost back and scores!
Coming up the ice. They gain the zone. He drops it back right there. It's broken up in the middle by the 2 defenders of the Tampa Bay Lightning. But because Jost continued to go to the front of the net, look at both defenders peel off. And it's going to leave Jost wide open to skate in and pick up the puck and make a move on the goaltender, all by himself.
And that is how both I and Steven Stamkos learned Tyson Jost is on the Sabres. What? There were a lot of trades. This is weird, and I don't know how to handle this at all, but like the Lightning are on a bit of a, like they're in a rut. And it's weird to see things not going their way, and it's weird to see them end up in Steve's Dang It's 3 times at the beginning of the video, even if they were on the good end of one of them. And like, I'm scared to say anything. I noticed the respect the hockey world has for the Tampa Bay Lightning when they got Tanner Jeannot. And I know I keep bringing this up, but it bears repeating. They got a guy with 5 goals this season for 5 draft picks and a former 1st rounder. And none of us really said anything because we're all too afraid. Because it might work. Still, this is weird. And we're not done with the Lightning. Don't worry, that's later in the video. But that's a dang it. For our next hit, Connor Murphy misses a hit and ends up in his own bench. And that would be funny enough on its own, but listen to the play-by-play guys not be able to keep it together.
Oh, Connor Murphy tried to hit Frederick Karlstrom, and he went catapulting over the Blackhawks wall instead.
A swing and a miss. Connor Murphy going for the fences on this one. Oh, boy. see the reaction of the head coach, Luke Richardson, in behind the bench? It's like, whoa.
Everyone covering their faces.
Yeah.
1 minute remaining in the period. 1 minute.
They're going to give him some ribbon for that one.
Listen, if I had to call play-by-play for the Chicago Blackhawks this season, I would find pleasure in the little things as well. Still, Connor, that's a dang it. This next one is a bit of a dang it hat pick hybrid, but tie goes to the dang it. Lucas Dostal, if you're a goaltender, tend the goal!
JT Miller gets to the loose puck and backhands it down the ice. Ducks lose the puck. Miller scores! Another shorthanded goal for Vancouver. 10th of the year as Pettersson sets up JT Miller, and the game is tied at 1.
Standing on end, able to find a good angle. Miller jumps in, steers it down, and watch the anticipation of Elias Pettersson. Goalie gives it away, knocks it down, and with the puck rolling around, JT Miller quickly shoots it. Dostal, again, another goalie giveaway, and JT Miller makes him pay.
Okay, well, the reason that's a dang it is pretty obvious. The reason it flirts with being a hat pick, Elias Pettersson and JT Miller together, short-handed, have been terrorizing the competition recently. After scoring 2 goals on the same penalty kill against the Toronto Maple Leafs this past weekend, they've continued, and Lucas Dostal, well, he made it a little easier for them. That's a dang it. Our next dang it comes from Connor Hellebuyck, and no, this is not a if you're a goaltender, tend the goal thing, although he does play the puck. When I first saw the clip, I'm like, producer Nick, I don't know if this is a dang it, and then the clip kept going. Watch.
When you see the season he's having, career highs and all, but it's the overall game, that tenacity to come back, and what a great play by Ekholm to give him a little bit of a boost, a little bit of speed to break up that 2-on-1.
11 three-point games for Nugent Hopkins. Here's Kulak in front. Somehow it stayed on the drive and a score!
Big hit by Justin Hall. We weren't even sure if he was going to play in this game tonight, but he's ready to go, and again, it's the forecheck, tenacious, all over the puck. Kulak, great activation, tries to feed it through, and you catch it down off a skate, but it's Yamamoto who pounces on that puck.
You see? You see how stuff just sort of keeps going wrong after the initial giveaway? Man, we talked about the Lightning, but they are not the only team in a playoff spot struggling right now, but the difference is the Winnipeg Jets might miss if they don't snap out of it. Nearly winless after the past several weeks, they only have 2. They did beat the Edmonton Oilers, and even that was in a game where Connor Hellebuyck allowed 5 goals. The Oilers allowed 7, so even still, this play, woof. That's a dang it. For our next dang it, you ever look at a player and go, they should just put him up front. They should just put a defender up front. That forward, he can play D. For sure he can play D. No, here's Dennis Malkin trying to play D.
Flips back to Heiskanen. Heiskanen dangles. Sweeps one in the left wing corner. Johnston back out to Hakanpää. His shot blocked. Malkin lost it. Score on the carom! Johnston took it right off the...
It's his 15th of the season. Here a little bit of a fortuitous play here is the Avalanche think they're going to clear the puck. Hunt doesn't have a stick, so for Malkin, he's going to have a little bit more urgency on that play there. He fans on the clearing attempt, and for Keith Kincaid, he just simply wasn't ready.
Yeah, now that's a calamity of errors. First, Brad Hunt loses his stick, which forces Malkin to make this play in the first place. Normally he wouldn't have to, but instead he basically scores this goal on his own, because on the clearing attempt it goes off an attacking player, and in tough play in a tough game, that's a dang it. For our next dang it, the Columbus Blue Jackets hate having the lead because they love Connor Bedard. If you ever want to know how good Connor Bedard is, watch a Columbus Blue Jackets game. They're doing that on purpose. They had a 4-0 lead on the Oilers not that long ago, blew it, ended up winning the game still. They had a 2-0 lead on the Minnesota Wild and blew it entirely to Kirill Kaprizov. And then there's this. They blow a 4-0 lead to the Pittsburgh Penguins and lose in overtime.
Quite an event there, Dan. Thank you very much. Outdoor game in Cleveland, football stadium. Malkin centering pass. Hooker on the backhand, he scores. Trying to snap this division losing streak. Lost 9 straight in division. Racing in is Gensel. Gets the shot off. He scores! That's a great start to the third period. Guarded closely by Boquist and Marchenko. Boquist over to Beirut. There he kicks it front. Score! Jason Zucker's got another one. Pedersen drives it up ice for Crosby. Joined by Hine and drop pass. Raquel got a chance, still hanging up. Pass over, score! Danton Hyman in front! Gensel out muscled by Goodbranson. Robinson couldn't clear. Stick check with the puck is Evgeny Malkin. Crosby open, drive, he scores!
Man, that's wild. Mark that game down. I'm telling you right now, mark that game down. Because it's very important. Like, it could literally reshape the entire landscape of the NHL this year and going forward. The Blue Jackets have a 4-0 lead. That is supposed to be a 2-point game for them and a 0-point game for the Pittsburgh Penguins. The Blue Jackets are trying to not get points on account of they want the first overall pick. They want Connor Bedard. The Pittsburgh Penguins are trying to make the playoffs, but it's not a guaranteed thing. At season's end, that game could be what gets the Pittsburgh Penguins into the Stanley Cup playoffs, and it could be what gets the Columbus Blue Jackets Connor Bedard. That's a dang it. Or I guess it's kind of a hat pick. Both teams get what they want. I need an Advil. For our next dang it, a compilation of players who were cut and there was no call. And then they got the call because everything's great. We'll start with Vince Dunn.
Sportsmanlike conduct. He was screaming, then he slapped his stick. He got hit high. You know these players, when they get high, hit in that head area, it makes them livid.
Well, you can see blood on his nose, too, whether that's where he got hit. Was it the visor maybe coming down and hitting his nose? There's a not happy.
Yeah. There's the head. You see it is.
It's the way that we're going to take a look at it. You can see the blood. The blood on his nose is from the way visor comes down. We're going to take a look at it in slow motion. It's Comtois comes up high. It is a high hit. You know what? These refs, they can't see everything on the ice. I think
they should be able to see that.
Hey, let's see what Dave Jackson has to say.
There he is. Great.
More like Vince is done with this officiating. High five. No, he's right, though, and he should say it. He gets popped right in the face. He's bleeding. He had the audacity to say, hey, look at my bleeding face. And then he got a penalty for it? That's a dang it, and it's not even the worst one. Here's Erik Karlsson getting hit in the face with a stick.
We can take a look at this. Here it is. Fakes the shot, and now he's going to move it around him. Stick comes right up, whacks him right in the face. Unbelievable non-call. Two officials out there can't, and neither one of them can see it or decline to see it, as David Quinn can't believe it again. The same official, Gord Dwyer, that caused the ruckus last game on home ice.
Dwyer was the official that got into the confrontation with Quinn that resulted in Quinn's ejection, and this is a replay of Karlsson getting ready to head off the ice, and that's why he got the 2-minute penalty for unsportsmanlike conduct.
Come on! Dude, that's the guy who is going to win the Norris Trophy this year, or at very least going to get nominated for the Norris Trophy this year, and he's an established vet in this league. If there is one thing I know about rules in the National Hockey League, it's that the rules are made up. But if there's another thing I know about the rules, it's that tie goes to the veteran. This is Alex Newhook high-sticking Erik Karlsson in the face. I know the stick is on the other side of Karlsson's head, and maybe the ref didn't get a good look at it. But come on! That's an established vet carrying the puck, leaving his feet to crumple to the ice, holding his face. That's a double minor all day, every day, and if you don't get that, it's because you missed it. So Karlsson let them know that by throwing his helmet. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I don't think you can review absolutely everything, but you should be able to review double minors that you can prove were the wrong call like that. But, correct me if I'm wrong, you can review the double minors you do call. You can't review the double minors you don't. It's a great system. It's great. Karlsson loves it. That's a dang it. For our next dang it, I am gonna leave this up to producer Nick. You can bleep me or you cannot bleep me. This is totally up to you. All right, buddy? I'm just gonna say what happened. okay? Tony DeAngelo spears Corey Perry in the
Rinchak in there, and Vasilevsky's got that. On a series of broken plays against the Lightning, Vasilevsky bails him out, and now some gloves are going to come off. In fact, lots of gloves are coming off.
Yeah, DeAngelo was upset at somebody I couldn't see, but he took a real poke with his stick, and that's what got everybody going. I think it was Bogosian, and then it's going to be DeAngelo's going to take a poke at Corey Perry with his stick, and then that's when all the gloves came on. There's Perry. Boom. See Perry go down? He stuck him right in the leg. I think he was going for another more tender area than that, and then that's when the gloves came off.
We're just kind of wrestling, but there you can see that DeAngelo's took the worst of that one. As the Lightning feel, he gave a bit of a cheap shot there to Corey Perry, and he's still yapping.
Yeah. That's Ryan Galloway, the linesman, and he was pointing to his eyes, look at me, like settle down, really trying to settle down, like he's way over the top.
Number 77 for Philly has been assessed a 5 minutes major and a game misconduct for spearing.
So there it is, and we saw the replay. It's a, if the stick landed where I think it did, it's a dirty, dirty move. Here it is again.
He just comes right in. Perry's not even, oh yeah, he knew exactly what he wanted to do. All right, that's got fine written all over it as well, too. We'll see where that goes in the next day or so, but this is definitely the right call, and you saw the reaction by everybody in blue after that. Oh, there's the look. You were right. That one hit home, all right.
Did he bleep it? I hope he did. But, that's what he did. Now, listen. Corey Perry is not a nice man, okay? I'm sure off the ice, he's a very nice man. On the ice, he's not a nice man at all. And he would say, thank you for that. And I would say, you're not welcome, Corey Perry, because you're not a nice man on the ice. I could see how a team would not like Corey Perry. In fact, if you watch at the beginning of this clip, he goes for what could have been a nasty hip check. And he's just sort of not been a nice man every time he takes the ice since 2003. But Tony, you can't do that. And then Tony DeAngelo gets jumped by the entire Tampa Bay Lightning roster because, yeah, of course he did. And then after the game, he was asked about it and he was upset. And it's like, what do you expect? You speared a guy in the Another thing I love about that, though, is he was suspended 2 games for doing that. And some people were like, 2 games? Why was he suspended 2 games? That's not enough. No, the reason he was suspended 2 games is there is an established precedent with the Department of Player Safety that spearing someone in the is 2 games. You see, several years ago, Brad Marchand speared Jake Dotchin in the and he got suspended for 2 games. A few years later, Tony DeAngelo does it to Corey Perry, and they gotta go on the rule book about not spearing people in the and it turns out it's 2 games for spearing people in the and regardless of what you think about Corey Perry, Tony DeAngelo should be suspended at least 2 games because who spears someone in the You can't do that. That's a dang it. So, that is it for this week's edition of Steve's Dang It's. Did you like it? Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all your friends.